Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Killing Stone. Let's continue where we left off. Except when we're ready, we should go down there. But for now, let's talk to the character that we just met. Volume. Be my guest. Have we gathered here in common sight? Since the event, my grandmother left no will, but instead a queer, informal letter. In spake of our vigil, duty and the quaint burial practice to which we must needs cleave. Mind thee, her ways were not all ours. I myself strive to govern all else here, as like unto the little Denmark. He frowns at the awkward disavowal. Some fear of inquisition? Even here, nearby, the eunuch woman shifts a little. A maven is many forms of doctor. Volum seems to know this and feel obliged to share any observation relevant to the family health. Be it physical or spiritual, he waits, his teeth visibly set. I believe you said those I've met are near all of your remaining family, or the late American's entire family was exiled with her. Then let's do this. Oh nay, oh a maven. Since the morn of American's passing, grandson Malthy, mine in those rooms hath likely have felt him unduly cooped. Mind the race puzzling over the brute facts of earthly perishment. To say, a lad came over somewhat insomniac. Mere moments ago he fell asleep upstairs. Thou mustn't pass it on the way to thy guest room. Softly, maven. Prithee grant him oblivion's brief grace. A maven is many forms of doctor. Volum seems to know this and feel obliged to share any. Okay, so we saw. Next one. As your mask reveals only your eyes, he searches them, wondering what. How much you know whom you serve. His fingers curl, then deliberately relax. I, indeed. We, my late grandfather, apparently best bethought him to suffer our fate as a family, and demonstrate Americans' innocence thereby, in hope of, well, thou art only just arrived. I'll not burden thee with an old dotard's dream. I see now. I should store the articles of trade somewhere. Of a certain, the guest room is the second door on the left up the stair. This humble, for we are no longer supplied to warm the entire house, but one hearth now must sustain all Svanguards. Solist. Aloft thy chambers doth catch some of that rising grace on its way home. He pauses on the last briefly. The tension then drains from his shoulders, his belly even rumbles audibly, but to your ear, the sound is slightly foreign. Let's talk to Ras next. Nothing awry with me, maven, or they laugh. It has a wry, modestly rueful ring to it. I faith nothing would I see cured. They seem at first to be watching you, but after a few moments of semi-comfortable silence, you see their gaze dart towards the upstairs. As a soft gasp is heard in some chamber above, it seems real concern beneath the mask of control. The woman gestures to herself, not quite touching her chest. Nika, no need, and nothing. A perfunctory smile. Hands out open, then half closed. Don't worry, they convey. Do not worry, they convey rather. Oh, there's someone else upstairs. Oh yeah, I think that's towards our room. hello there, black milk. Let's pet him off first. Oh, we can't talk to them? Oh, yes, we can. The cat's eyes meet yours. As with the other animals here, you seem to conjure thoughts in keeping with each punctuating mew. Behold, the reserve, as if from the very sky, but soft, by whose war horn art thou hither called. An eye on both banners shall black milk overcast and place her bets. Yet now she pointedly does not watch you walk away. Yeah. That should be it. Probably the boy who... What on earth is this? I know there's 3 logs, but it looks like some sort of demonic faces, huh? Weary, you survey a small guest room. No doubt when this house offered shelter to Americans, full exiled house, family, servants and myriad bondsmen would be quartered here. It smells of old pipe smoke, and beneath that, some residual, a deep soiled thing, an atavistic ferment, long come to dust beneath of a scent of her. A strawgerless blossom crushed in the mortar, the milk veg, not pleasant, but you cannot help it. It smells of home. And what is this? This room's dimensions defined just so. Defined just so. The heck? You remember the print shop where she took you in. You wandered in, then mute and penniless, soaked already in ink of every hue, and aspiring printer's devil, who already looked the part. What came before that? No earlier era comes to your conjuring. This room is exactly like that which you stayed in. On the floor above American's press, not a carpet wrinkle is out of place. In unlikely symmetry, truly your weary minds is all at fault. Weary minds all at fault. You set down your case delicately to preserve all Americans' instruments of arcane inquiry. The box, the lantern, your inheritance, with the promise of more. The paraphernalia of future trials. These, yet thus far, no further documentation upon which to employ them. Surely American's will is somewhere on the premises. The lantern and I stay on your person. After another drop of blood to feed both, the concept of sleep brushes the backs of your eyes, gentle, insinuating, but it must wait. So much yet to discover. So this is our room. Let's explore it first then. Well, you have your own spot, right? The white bird of Valraven is here. Did he not earlier descend to another floor ahead of you? His big open American's voice emits, quite unlike whatever means allows him to convey thought to you. Truly, this trick puts a common parrot fool to shame.
Ah, Chops. A hardy mongrel, descended both from the hounds we exiles brought onto this land, and the wolf-eyed sledding breeds of the native Inuit. When they sold him to us, he appeared well-trained, yet something in the poor brute ran mad. He could not abide the house. Betimes bloodied himself in clever, vicious escape attempts. I would fain not have pricked Chops to house a familiar spirit. Yet he seemed soon to perish, and baby Malta quieted when he was near. One Eye's usual procedure, which doth divide the thinking element from nature's baseness, was more drastic here. So roundly devoted to us is the creature now, that when fed, he doth seem to wait upon permission to chew.
Alright, let's talk to the kid then. If he's awake. He has a pet dog. Let's pet them first. Mr. Chops. Oh, the boy's in pain. Here, unobserved again, the dog speaks. For shame to leave a sleeper unwatched, with poor mistress dead below, without seats to her virgil maven. Till how needs me, how pronounce it, needs me as bondsman, I'll see me to his. Why with a soul in such a state, any stinkerous old spirit might be jostled free, and fly up my boy's sweet nose. A lick for luck I'll give it, even now. Mr. Chops hesitates as you step back. His warm, guileless eyes meets yours. I'll miss you. I don't know what it means, but it sounds like kind of sad. Hopefully Mr. Chops stays all the way with us. At least stays alive, rather. The boy has a farmer's clothes, farmer's color rather. But you see more than a mere trace of this land's native Inuit. In his lineage passed down from Volum and Nika. Surely they are too old to have been his parents. Who is missing? Regardless, this family has indeed been long away from Europe, by now numb perhaps to scandal. Sounds like it's something bad. Or something disturbing him from sleeping. Alright, let's proceed. Oh! What the heck was that? Oh, it's just you. Seest thou the contract, the soul of infamed American, in blood pact inscribed, and by it foresworn and damned to hell is she. By war of wills we must win her back. We'll seize her soul and try our hand at tug of war, till all hell's black foemen lose their grip. Mark the time, 28 absconding hours have we, to sever the pack of American, nay, now but that self-same and 7. Yet who turned the hourglass, while Raven ruffles his feathers in brief confusion? Yet wherefore absent the smirking fiends to lay her on? Should they not by now have been hither dispatched to take up her pall and onto that loveless pit bear her hence? Even our newest associate, Mr. Chops, must needs act as thine official familiar for a spell, whilst I look these documents. Raven emits a strange, distinctly non-avian whistle. The sound causes your bones to seem suddenly very present, discreet and separate. The feeling fades. When it does, the dog has already reached the grotto, whining a little. Do place a bond with him, Maven. After thou understands the magic, thou will have the choice of all our service. Oh no. He's gonna be our familiar, but oh, we might get him to trouble. My buddy. Kind of feel bad for bringing into this. I hope you're ready for whatever's to come. Maven, sorry. It's thine old chops. All full chops. Wanted to watch over young Master Malfi, and my duty plain forgot me. As the familiar who'd led thee into the home, I owe thee the first bond. The worst dog am I? Oh no, you're not the worst dog. Or I know the art of how to sit at once in places twain. One night, that elden law will be mine. My bonds should ease thy burden in rituals to come. When thou dost Mr. Chops dismiss, go he back to his young master now. Thou shouldst pay thy respect to mistress, for this soul would sooner see to. Oh, he thinks he's something else now, but he's not. Bonding with a familiar grants a unique boon during the ritual. Mr. Chops fetches new cards when you discard. Later you'll find others with different singular powers. Gonna be alright, buddy, hopefully.
Oh, pay me no respect, no obeisance before this empty ruin. What couldst thou still owe me? 'Tis enough that thou art here. Yet mayhap not all of thee. I judge thee not. In this matter, you and I are a matched set.
For a ruin you emit a resounding echo. I'll talk myself a little further. Ask. Respect requires that I know you. I wonder now if I ever did. For now, fare thee well. Let's ask questions.
If ancient Marigen could answer, what wouldst thou ask?
What is going on in here? Do you remember how you died, or might I be forming a theory? How is it that I seem to hear you now? Is this your work or my own?
Age and well salted is that wound, thanks. Ask thou instead, why die now? I seemed near the end when as a youth thou saw'st me. Did hell extend my loan, then let it lapse? Is't soon come to collect?
I mean to find out. To other matters still, your soul is unclaimed, your familiars yet speak. And these gifts you left me what should be my next step to collect them? Oh, I wanna know all, but I'm afraid there might only be one, so let's answer
Thou
this.
art a lawyer at last, art not? Did thy college of o'er-educated inaction not teach thee of our elemental firsts? Seekst the documentation, and check the fine print.
He's angry.
Shall we continue? Age and well salted.
I shall anon have the duck off to the matters.
Age and well salted, and unless thou art mad, thou didst meet the devil. By whatsoe'er name was he by me hither conjured.
Yet if a madman or madwoman were ever to meet the devil, no one would believe them. Regarding the names and the devil, is he the one mentioned in your letters?
My dear Maven, I'd wager all again that these years gone, thou wert sore missed by Marigen. Of nights, 'tis likely I wept. And thou didst miss it. Shall we continue? Age, and unless thou art mad, thou didst one eye. Mistake him not for thee, Satan. Convenience of all inquisitors. Rather, he is my Satan, as from trunk doth branch the reaching bough. For ye faith, true demonry is forked and cloven, in ways undreamt by the scions of Luther. An angel of dissent is he, an unholy fool at the profane court retained, hither bound to point out where I, like justice, may too exigently blinded be. For as any daughter of ambition doth know, hell's fivefold fathers will come for her, and soon. 'Tis wise to begin her trial on her own time. Shall we continue? In life, I was made answerable for many crimes. Of a few was I guilty. Yet in the alleged matter of thy mind's infirmity, I was at best a mere accomplice. Faith, is not this the voice of a dead woman?
You squint at her. How does one respond to that without making the alleged problem worse?
Shall we continue? Oh, kind. Yet I fear that sweet sleep hath from us southern flown. Instead, do remainst vigilant, young maven. Goodbye.
Is thou American hath a contract immaculate. Here described is the soul of a newborn infant, a nun. How did she? I've a sudden fear on me, all unnamed. A great rumble sounds here in the grotto. Mingled grains of ice and old wood are kicked up in a geometrical walls. The noise issued not from the bowels of the house, but upstairs. Voices arise in a distant cry of panic. Avant, up, out, fly, Maven. Oh, is the kid in trouble? I cannot abandon thee, Maven, but above is yawn is something deep awry. High and go, chops is thy shadow. Oh, someone's in trouble. What the heck? We can bond with her? The Dean, Maven, hide thee, thy wit will be thy aegis. I'm not sure what's the goodness of that, but we'll see. It is gone. Was this thee? A door there? She gestures to the new stairwell, perhaps redundantly, but her disbelief seems plain. Solemn, Resman and I, outside we tarried about for a moment. Where is Malthing? Didst thou see? She starts again, trying to help you orient in the timeline of a fragmentary anecdote. My fallen Rasmin, in and down They went. Just now, we heard cries. Pretty. Nick seems to grope for words. Genuinely alarmed, gesturing again towards the revealed stairway. So Borden went down here. Probably look for the boy, maybe? Oh, yep, there's the boy and there's them. Rasmus stares into the strange chamber ahead. They notice you askance, but continue to observe. How quickly must Malhath heather scurried to here again, yet sleeping seem, and now in nothing seem to swim, as if upon some unseen ocean slumber tossed. To the fore, O Magus, the hour is thine. The fretful patriarch cranes torso first to peer into the passage like a child who would not violate the domain of adults. Pass him ahead in the room without precedent. The boy Malve lies on some altar, asleep. Occult implements surround him. Unwholesome sounds issue from the high vaulted, narrow room. Old Volum stands by intense reserve. His fingers contemplate the scabbard of a small dagger at your approach. Withdrawn. Now, this. I, here on God, do I vow, Maven American sit not unless of a damned hidden room. Surely, he, a young mouther, hath slipped past us, whilst yet asleep to opened. We leap to, but then on sight of yon, curse paganry. Wise Rasamin said, till come the wave and hold thy peace. We will stand by thy second, as thou dost inspect the scene. Pray do cry out, if he closes his mouth woodenly, conjuring a no plausible contingency here. So they're gonna have our back if something happens, but not confidently.